Hi everyone. Many thanks for joining the webinar. Your time is obviously very much appreciated. So my name is Jack. I'm the e-commerce business development manager here at Tech Data. So I'm responsible for driving growth within our e-com platforms and across our e-com platforms, with a specific focus around partner enablement across our InTouch platform. So for those of you that do not know, InTouch is Tech Data's product pricing and purchasing platform. And it's currently listing over 200,000 SKUs online at the moment. So there's a huge resource pool for you, and obviously what we're going to be running through for the next half an hour. So the purpose of this is to really educate you on how to make the most of the platform, showing you the capabilities and the tools on InTouch to save time, money, and ultimately build efficiencies for you. So really trying to create that least path of resistance for you and your business. So we'll have a look at specific sections such as the quick add tool, site navigation, save searches, the comparison tool. We'll look at a specific product page and some of the details within there. We'll also touch on the bid portal, special bids, and also the order tracking tool as well. But to start with, I'm just going to run over a quick slide deck, which really introduces InTouch as a whole and highlights some of the key tools and some of the key features which we'll have a look at in the live demo in a second. So I'm just going to share my screen like so, and we'll just dive into this now. So as I said, I'm Jack. My name's Jack Tingley, e-commerce business development manager here at Tech Data. So as I just alluded to a moment ago, InTouch is listing over 200,000 products online, and we're receiving around 80,000 sessions a day at the moment, and that's across 120,000 users in the channel each month. Now, those users are ultimately your competition. We've got a huge amount of partners who are actively using InTouch on a daily basis. Some of them use it as a sales bible. A lot of them say it's one of the first things they open up on their browser every morning. So it's a key tool for the channel. We receive around 150 new users each week, and we're creating a lot more than that actually at the moment due to the demand for e-commerce, and obviously the fact people are remote working. And InTouch is enabled for mobile device as well. So we see around 5,000 users on mobile each month. Now, this is really useful if you're out and about, you're on the road, or whether you're sat on a train, and you just need to obtain that quick and easy pricing and stock availability from Tech Data. And you can obviously do that by jumping on your phone. So we're always looking at ways to develop and invest in our tools, like I said, to create that least path of resistance for you guys and how you transact. So if you've got any constructive feedback at all, any criticism, we're all ears. We'd love to hear that. We're always looking at ways to improve our offerings. So through simple product refinements, you've got access to real-time price and availability, product comparisons, compatible attached products, and also public sector and end user pricing, and then any available promotional pricing at the time available at product level, at SKU level. We'll also have access to the bid portal. So this is found within InTouch, obviously, and it's a brilliant area of the site that basically allows you to request special bid pricing or deal reg pricing, if you like, from up to about 50 vendors. Now, traditionally, a lot of our customers would come through distribution, they come through Tech Data, and they'd ask our salespeople to raise this on their behalf. This just really enables you to cut out that middleman, cut out that SLA that you might have with us, and request that special bid pricing at a click of a couple of buttons, really. So within the after sales management tool, you have access to things such as backlog management, order tracking, where you have access to third-party order tracking, where you can obtain proof of deliveries within there. You can pull invoices and serial numbers relating to your specific orders, and also look at delivery notes as well. So all in one place, a really good function. A huge amount of our requests that come into our customer services teams can be self-served within this area. It can save you a huge amount of business hours, even if it's just sending a couple of requests a week into our customer services team. Obviously, they're working on an SLA, so if you can learn to self-serve within this area and extract some of that data and that information that you're looking for, it's really, really beneficial to not only you but also to your customers. So within InTouch, every account will have an allocated admin, at least one admin user. So that admin user within your company is responsible for new user enrollment and also setting the access rights for users. So making sure each user has the applicable access rights. If anything is incorrect or wrong with your account, please reach out to the admin user who can make any amendments for you. From a tech data perspective, for security reasons, we do not do this. The onus is with the admin user. But obviously, if you've got any concerns or issues, please come our way. And we can obviously point you in the right direction for that. It's not a problem at all. So I'm just going to play this quick introduction video, which is a nice little summary of what we've just had a look at. And then we'll dive into the live demo. So I'm just going to play this now for you.
You're in the business of providing solutions, which means your days are spent juggling a lot of demands which are constantly vying for your attention. Let Tech Data make doing business easier with InTouch. InTouch puts your business needs first. Know what you're after? Great! Find one or multiple part codes in one click. Or use our easy product refinement sliders to find something to meet your customer's requirement first time. And with each product, access to real-time pricing, availability, spec and photos, along with compatible attach options, you're maximizing your margins. It's that simple. Larger opportunity? Our bid portal allows you to request better pricing for multiple vendors. Beat the competition and get the best price online, every time. You'll even get a 25% discount on freight for all orders placed via InTouch. InTouch can save you time and money and help grow your business. Added features include specialist software stores, buy technology as a service, online license renewal, pre-sales configurator tools. You can be adaptable and responsive no matter where business takes you, as InTouch is optimized for any mobile device, taking your sales further. Keep control of your backlog and open orders all in the same place. Track the status, view invoices, delivery notes and serial numbers, and access account statements. Tech Data supports you all the way, with online web chat or on the phone. Or join a weekly WebEx to learn about how InTouch can transform your business. InTouch, so much more than an online store. www.techdata.co.uk.
Wonderful. Right, so I'm just going to reshare my screen now and get us onto the InTouch page. Brilliant. So what we have in front of us on the screen in front of you is the InTouch homepage. So this is the landing page. This is the page you should see or will see when you log into your InTouch account. Now, before we dive into some of the tools, I'm just going to run over a few features on the homepage here. So a couple of new ones at the top here. You'll see last visited pages, recently viewed products. So areas of the site that will start to populate with products and locations that you've obviously recently utilized. So just a nice and easy way for you to get back to those without having to navigate throughout the whole site again and again. The last visited pages will be pre-populated with some useful links for you. And as you start to utilize the site, they'll be grayed out and replaced with some of your popular pages. On the right-hand side there, you'll see a contact me section. Obviously, I'm in the test environment at the moment. I haven't got any live customer data in here for obvious reasons, but you should see a picture of your account manager, their name, their direct telephone number, and their group email address as well. So just a nice and easy way for you to see those details and contact them if necessary. You'll also see my renewals dashboard as well. So brilliant, a part of our software store aspect of InTouch, which just lists out your renewals here, any upcoming renewals, and also the costs there in GBP. So in the bottom left-hand side here, you'll see an area called Discovertech Data. So there's some interesting information in here which you might want to have a look at in your own time. We've got a bit about our trusted advisor proposition, some information on our training and events, also our tech as a service offering as well. So you might want to click on Seal just down here in the bottom, which can expand those offerings for you. You also see this promotion section in the bottom right-hand side. You can click on See All Promos just down here where my cursor is. That will expand all of those promotions so you can see a full listing of those. These aren't vendor funded, so these are promotions that are enabled by our internal business unit. So they're promotions that we believe you and your business might benefit from. So I'd like you to see those on the homepage just there. So let's dive into one of the most popular tools in the site, which is the Quick Add tool. Now this is found at the top of the page just here where I'm circling with my cursor. So this is a really, really useful tool if you're looking to obtain some quick and easy pricing and stock information or stock availability information from Tech Data, and you might have a batch of part codes or a combination of Tech Data SKUs and manufacturer part codes to hand, and you just want to copy and paste those into something and extract that information rather than having to go through Account Manager or do it one by one through InTouch. So we can click on Quick Add here. Now we can actually copy and paste up to 50 part codes or Tech Data SKUs into this section at any one time. I've got a few prep for us, which I'm going to copy and paste from a spreadsheet now. And all I've done is I've left a space after the part code or the SKU and added the quantity with that as well. So from here, we could create a quotation or we could create a basket. Now let's create a basket because we're just simply interested in seeing the pricing and stock information from here for now. So I'm going to click create a new basket. We could name this, but I'm going to leave the default number in there. I'm going to press OK, and then I'm going to add these to the basket we've just created, which is just here where I'm circling. I'm going to click on that like so, and this is going to pull us through to the basket information detailing our pricing and our stock information on these products. So from left to right, you'll see the Tech Data part code and the manufacturer part, Tech Data SKU, sorry, and the manufacturer part number listed, a brief product description. You'll also see the third column from your left being your unit pricing. So if we were logged into your InTouch account right now, that would be your buy price from Tech Data. Now, any agreed terms or commercials that you have with Tech Data would be fed through onto your InTouch account. So ultimately, the pricing you're seeing within InTouch is your best pricing. The column to the right of that is the quantity available alongside the order quantity selected. Now we can actually see inbound stock from the vendor to Tech Data within here as well. So that would be an ETA of stock into our Tech Data warehouse. So really useful if you're working on an opportunity that's stock sensitive, or you just simply, you're interested in knowing when there's a fresh batch of stock arriving at our Tech Data warehouse in the Midlands. So instead of picking up the phone or sending an email in, you can click on the truck icon just here where I'm circling, and that brings up this pop-up box. Now, occasionally when we're sharing on Teams or Zoom and some of the other video conferencing platforms, this box doesn't always pop up. But what's in front of me at the moment is 3 columns, one labeled date, the other being status, and the third being quantity. And it's telling us that we've got 332 units confirmed by the vendor, who is Lenovo in this instance, for a delivery date of the 7th of May. So, just a nice and easy way for you guys to see that information. And also, it's worth me mentioning, please do allow 2 additional working days in order for us to book those goods in at the warehouse for them to then be able to leave on a shipment. So, for example, if the ETA is saying the 7th of May, I'd probably advise adding a couple of working days onto that if you're advising your customer. So there is an automatic online check going on in the background within the section. You'll see here in the bottom right-hand side, this box is ticked. So what that's doing is doing an automatic refresh in the background to ensure the pricing and stock availability of what we're seeing here is accurate and correct. So it just provides you with that reassurance, basically. Now, you can export this information to Excel by clicking on the Excel tab just here, where I'm circling, as standard with most things online. If you're looking to procure these products, all you need to do is click Next and check out in the bottom right here. That would pull you through to order and delivery information stage, where all you need to do is, similar to the likes of Amazon, you just need to select your delivery type, choose your delivery information, your delivery address, and then you go through to review that and press purchase. Now, you can actually build out a quotation from here as well. So within this basket section, all we'd need to do is click on quotation tool in the top right-hand side here, which I'm going to do now. We can click on new quotation. And then again, we could enter a name in here for our quotation, or we could leave the default number in, which I will do for now. Press save, and that's going to pull us through to these products and their quantities in a quotation format. So there's a few things worth mentioning in here. Under quotation name, you can amend that. You can amend the status. You could save it, obviously. You can convert back to basket if necessary, and you can also transfer. So what I'm saying here is I might be going off on annual leave as a close of business today, and I'd just like to move an opportunity or a quotation into a colleague's name, and you can do that by clicking transfer, and as long as they have their own user account set up, then you'll be able to find them and transfer that opportunity into their name. You can also send directly by mail from here as well, so you've got the ability to add your markup in this column here, which I'm highlighting, And then scrolling down here, you can add in any header text and footer text, which you can also save as a template to meet your own corporate branding as well. So just a nice and easy way to send out a quotation from the InTouch tool. In terms of site navigation, it's fairly obvious for me to point out, but you'll see the product search bar at the top of the page here. Really, really useful if you've got a part code or a SKU to hand and you want to dive straight into that product and obtain that pricing and stock information at the click of a button. It's not Google. I wouldn't advise dropping too much specification into there. If you'd like to narrow down your search, I do encourage you to use the blue bar across the top of the page here, where we can see different product sets or listings. So under computing, we've got things such as laptops, desktops, servers, tablets, and so on. You've got the peripherals section here, printing, software store, networking, and so on. So for this demo, let's say we'd like to have a look at our notebooks on InTouch. So I'm going to hover above computing and I'm going to go over to laptops here and click on notebooks. So about 65% of our searches are actually done this way, purely because it gives you, you as a user, the ability to narrow down your search. And there's a few niche things that we can do off the back of that as well, which I'll show you now. So at the top of the page, you'll see some typical sorting features which you'd expect to see. So sort by cheapest, sort by most expensive, and also sort by most popular, being products that have received the most clicks on or the most views on the site. So ultimately what the channel are looking at. Now you might have an opportunity that requires next business day delivery, so it needs to be on site tomorrow. So you're only interested in products that are in stock only. Now you can do that on the left-hand side here by clicking in stock only. You can narrow down your search by selecting a specific vendor or manufacturer. You might only be interested in products that are on promotion within this product set. So we can click on promotions just here. And scrolling down, you can play around with these sliders to help narrow down your search and narrow down that specification. So it is worth me pointing out, I'm simply using notebooks as an example here. You'll get the same features, same capabilities, whether you're looking at server storage, networking, licensing SKU. I'm just using notebooks as an example. It's worth me mentioning that. So once you have narrowed down your search, there's a few things you can do off the back of this. You could save your search, a really useful tool to help you save a bit of time there. So we could click Save Search on this. We could name that, press Save, and that will appear under My Searches at the top of the page here. So, really great if you've got a customer asking you for a specific search or product on a weekly or fortnightly basis. And, instead of having to do that manually again and again, you could save your search. And every time you go back into that will automatically update and refresh for you. So like I said earlier, as standard with everything online, you can export to Excel if needs be as well. And you can also act as our comparison tool via here as well. So what this is, it's a really useful tool that allows you to compare up to 5 products at any one time and has an output of a PDF visual aid you can send straight to your customer. That's user friendly. So in order to access that, all we need to do is hover above the Add to Basket sign at product level next to each product. And we're presented with 3 options, one of which is being Add to Comparison List. Now, all we need to do is click on Add to Comparison List like this. I'm just going to use 3 products as an example here. So I'll use this Lenovo product, Microsoft product, and let's go for this Dell Latitude notebook. It's the same process every time. Now, the 3 products we'd like to compare are populated at the top of the page just here. So all I need to do now is click on the blue compare button on the right-hand side like so, and that will pull us through to this comparison page detailing the 3 products we'd like to compare. So at the top of the page, as you can see on the screen in front of you, you'll see there's some product description and some information you'd expect to see. And then scrolling down, you'll see anything here highlighted in black and bold highlights the difference in specification. So just a really easy way for you guys to see that and for you to communicate that and potentially share internally as well. The best bit about this section is you can export this information to PDF or Excel in the top right-hand side here with the option to remove pricing and availability. So what I'm getting at here is you're removing anything tech data related. So you're removing our price, you're removing our stock availability, you're removing our SKU and anything tech data branded really. So what you're left with is that visual aid that's end user friendly and you can share with your customer. Traditionally, a lot of us would copy and paste things into a Word document or an email. And there's nothing wrong with that, but this is just a very tidy format in order for you to do that and share. It's a great bit of value add. So let's just have a look at a specific product page now, whether you've used a product search bar here and entered in a part code, or you've narrowed down your search using this blue bar across the top and ended up looking at one specific product. Let's have a look in one of these pages and see some of the features available to you. Again, I'm just using notebooks as an example. It's worth me mentioning that. So in the center of the page here, you'll see some product description and the part codes listed at the top as expected. And in the top right-hand side here, you'll see the stock information and pricing section. So you'll see we've got 843 units in stock. So that's free UK stock. That does take into consideration customer back orders. So that is free stock. Now, there's also live stock. So that's refreshed and updated regularly throughout the day. But on that point, it's worth me noting, to an extent, nothing's truly live. There's always going to be a slight time delay between a unit leaving a warehouse and the system being updated. And unfortunately, that's the same for everyone. So if you'd like that real reassurance of that stock information, I do encourage you to use Online Check, which is a good function we've got built in to the InTouch platform, just below the Add to Basket sign, just here. I'm going to click on that now. And what this is, this gives us a real-time snapshot from our SAP system at 43 minutes past 10, in this instance, when I'm recording this on the 15th of April. So you see here, the unit pricing and the current availability remains the same there. So you see we still have 843 units confirmed. So just below that, you'll also see this expected stock as well. We can click on the icon here and hopefully you can see the pop-up box that appears. But what this is showing us is that we've got one unit that has a blank status without a date. So what this means is we are due in one unit from Dell, but so far they can't give us a shipment date. So I would expect this is a fairly new PO onto the vendor from Tech Data. So currently we don't have any shipment data. When we do, we'll update our systems and the information within this section will be updated with a delivery date, and the status will probably be updated to confirmed as well. So you'll be able to see that for you. Now, just below the expected stock section, you'll see the price. Again, if we were logged into your own account, that would be your buy price from Tech Data. And we've also included the list price for you there as well, just below that. You might be wondering what the volume price icon means. So I'm going to click on this, and what this is telling us is that there's actually volume break pricing available in this product, meaning that if you had an opportunity for multiple products, so for example, in this instance, what we can see in front of us, if you had an opportunity for 10 or more products, you can actually obtain an even cheaper price than originally listed for £709 per unit. I was actually speaking to a partner of ours a couple of weeks ago, and I happened to bring this up in conversation, and she managed to turn what would have been £200 worth of GP into over £3,000 on a multiple unit opportunity just by utilizing this section. So I do encourage you to drop the SKU in, or the part code into InTouch. If it's available, brilliant. If it's not, it's just a couple of seconds to double check that. Just below the volume price section as well, one more thing for me to mention here, you'll see this little tick box, which enables you to include the warranty. So what this is just showing us, or showing you, is the recommended extended warranty on this product. So just a nice and easy way for you to see that information and include that if necessary on a quotation. Most of us wouldn't know that off the top of our head, so we just made that easier for you to see. There's also a good little function here as well under the Add to Basket sign, which is Notify Me. So I'm going to click on that like so. And what this is a function that allows you to set up proactive notifications into your inbox to notify you when stock has either gone under or over a set, sorry, not over, when stock has gone under a certain amount, or whether Tech Data have new stock arriving. You can also set up notifications into your inbox to notify you whether a price has gone under or over a certain amount as well. And you can set these up for 30, 60, or 120 days. And as standard, you can cancel those at any one time. So before I scroll down on this page any further, it is worth me pointing out that all of the information, the data, the imagery, and the specification you're seeing throughout InTouch is all provided by a company called CNET. So CNET work really, really closely with all of the vendors to ensure the accuracy and the reliability of the information you're seeing online. So when you do utilize InTouch, whether that's for quoting, whatever that might be for, you can do that in real confidence, knowing what you're seeing is accurate and correct. So it just provides you with that layer of reassurance. It's not myself sat behind my laptop keying in this information where there's a huge margin for human error. That would obviously be silly. So scrolling down here, you'll see this related product section. Brilliant for your attach rate and your upsell ability. So everything in here is compatible with this piece of hardware we happen to be looking at. So you've got everything from keyboards, cabling, cases and sleeves, internal SSDs, monitors, monitor accessories, and the list goes on there. Scrolling down as well into the depths of this page, you see the similar product section. Really, really useful actually if you happen to have an opportunity and for whatever reason there isn't any stock in the channel anywhere. So this section just basically highlights a couple of options here, or 3 options that are cheaper in red and 1 being better, meaning the specification's greater. Now all we can do from here is we can click on the compare button in the top right hand side. You can click on that, that would put us back through to the comparison tool where we can export that information and send over to the customer at a click of a button. So a good bit of value add. And then scrolling down into the trenches of this page, you'll see the product description section, detailing the main specifications along with extended spec, which can come in handy when some of those weird and wonderful questions are asked, which the majority of us wouldn't know the answer to off the top of our head. And you'll also see this associated documents section. So quite a good one for me to highlight here. What you're looking at here is a Tech Data product data sheet in PDF format, which is basically an end user friendly consolidated view of what we're having a look at now, and also a product data sheet from the manufacturer themselves. So scrolling down lastly into the real depths of this page, you'll see some more interactive videos and product information on this product as well. So definitely worth remembering if you ever need any of that information there. So jumping out of a specific product page now, it's worth me highlighting some of the configurators we have on the site. So these are found on the main menu, like the majority of things are. Scrolling down here to configurators. So we've got about 43 configurators listed on the site at the moment, some of which are under maintenance, so they were not appearing on here at the moment. But you've got some of the classics such as Memory Online, HP iQuotes, HP Top Config, Dell Client Configurator, and so on. So based on time, I would like to go through all of these one by one, but it's worth me mentioning that these are available to you. If they are applicable to you and your business, if there's a specific configurator that you would like some help with, then please do reach out to the wider Tech Data team, and we can obviously run through a specific section on some of this for you. So let's have a look at the bid portal now. So I mentioned this earlier on the slide. This is available to you, and also where you can see a full listing of your special bids, and where you can see this at SKU level as well. So the bid portal will be found under Discovertech Data. So these are on a carousel, so these will differ every time you go back to the home page. So if this isn't showing, please click on Seal like so. That will expand those offerings, and then you can find the bid portal in there. Obviously, I have it under my last visitors pages as I have recently viewed it, which obviously that would happen for you as well when you start to navigate the site. So let's click on Seal, expand these offerings here, and we should be able to see the bid portal, which we can on the right-hand side here. So what this is, like I mentioned earlier, it's an area of the site that basically allows you to request that special bid pricing from a vendor at the click of a button rather than having to go through Tech Data. So I'm going to click on that like so, and this is going to open up a new tab within InTouch, and all we need to do here is click on the drop-down arrow and select one of the 50 vendors listed on the bid portal. So it's the same process, same format for every vendor. So for a demo purpose, it doesn't really matter who we choose. Let's just go for Sony as an example. So let's say you had, for argument's sake, an opportunity for 30 notebooks into a school, and you just wanted to obtain some special pricing on that to make the opportunity more competitive. So all you need to do is enter in your contact information in here in the fields at the top, the part code, the quantity, the target price, and any competitive information if you happen to have any. Not to worry if you don't. The bid type will be end user specific. 9 times out of 10, the bid type will be end user specific. So all we need to do is click on end user just here, and then enter into, populate these fields here with the end user contact information. When you hit request bid at the bottom of the page, an email will go to the vendor. You would receive one in return, highlighting an SLA of 24 to 48 hours as to when you're likely to hear back with that hopefully approved special bid pricing. So then, assuming Tech Data are the chosen distributor, we are then notified of that. We then set that up internally within our systems, which is ultimately or subsequently fed through onto your InTouch account for you to see and for it to be visible to you and your business. So let's have a look at where you can actually see a full listing of these now. So these are found on the main menu, just here, scrolling down slightly to InTouch and across to special bids. So main menu, InTouch and special bids. When I open this up, we're going to be presented with header level information for all of these bids. So obviously, if we were logged into your own account, you'd only see special bids or deal reg pricing available to you and your business. You wouldn't see anyone else's. So from left to right here, you'll see the the bid detail listed out by end customer, the agreement number, the manufacturer, and the validity date on the right-hand side. So you can search for a specific bid in the top right-hand side section here using the search bar, and you can drop several bits of information in there, such as the agreement number, the manufacturer, and the end customer. So let's have a look inside one of these. I'm going to click on this. Let's go for this Targus one as an example. I'm just going to click into this and see what's included within this bid. You see we just got one product here listed, so you see the SKU information, the stock availability, the quantity remaining on the bid, the validity date, and the ability to add to basket here. You can actually export this information as well by clicking on export in the top right-hand side, which is very useful at times, obviously, as you can imagine. So we can, like I said a moment ago, we can also see this information at SKU level. So similar to the product page we looked at a moment ago, the notebook, you can actually see special pricing available within that kind of section as well. So I'm going to click on this product and just pull us through to a specific product page now. And just below the imagery section and the description section, if I scroll down slightly, you'll see this section here labeled special prices available. And this just details those special bids available to you and your business for this specific product. So just a really tidy format for you guys to see that information, really. So hopefully that makes sense. So jumping out of that, we are now going to move on to the after sales management tool, which I touched on earlier on the slide deck. So it's an area of the site that basically allows you to look at your backlog, look at order tracking, and attain proof of delivery, serial numbers, and invoices relating to your specific orders. So this can be found on the main menu. Scrolling down just here to after sales management, and then across and up to order tracking. So main menu, after sales management, and order tracking. I'm going to click on that like so. Now, for obvious reasons, I don't have any live customer data in here, but I do have a very, very useful video. It's only about 3 minutes long that sums up all of the kind of benefits of this section. So I'm going to play that now quickly for you and then highlight a few other bits off the back of that afterwards. So I'm just going to open this up now and then play this for you.
Order tracking page, and you can see a list of all the deliveries due today. So you're expecting 96 deliveries today. Now also, if you'd like to look at the last 7 days worth of deliveries, just by hovering over it, you can see the number there, and also tomorrow's deliveries. If you want to look at any outstanding deliveries, again, you can click on the button here. Now, if you scroll down here, you can see a lot of these deliveries are completed. This one says modify order, so that still gives you a chance to modify that, which you can do just by clicking on as well. Now, I know with loads of deliveries that you've got coming in here, it might be difficult to pinpoint the one you want to look at. Now, you can always go and do an advanced search. So if you know, for example, the date range that delivery was expected, you can search via that. If you know the delivery address, maybe there are multiple deliveries going to one address, you can pop the postcode in, all of those will come up. Or, for example, if you know the purchase order number or serial number, you can pop those in there. But if you're reasonably organised, you can just pop in the number. There we go. So we can see the delivery, the destination, the value of the delivery. We can tell it's been completed here from the status bar. And if you want to at any point print this off or send it to Excel, you can do. If you want a little bit more information, just click on the tab to the side here, and that will give just a little bit more detail. So that tells us exactly what's in the delivery. We can see here it's been passed to the courier. Now, if at this point you need a copy of the invoice, then you can download that there. Or if you want to double check that you've got the correct serial number, you can do that by clicking on here. So we can tell that it has been delivered by UK mail. So to check further, just click onto that. And it shows us here the whole journey of your package, what time it was collected, at what point it got to the depot and was then delivered. And you can see at the top here, it was signed for by Zoe at 19 minutes past 9 this morning. So that will give you complete confidence that your package has arrived. So all this information about all of your orders is at your fingertips on the InTouch site. But of course, if you need any further information and you can't find it here, just give us a call.
Yeah, and that's a really good point, actually. You know, this section doesn't replace customer services for obvious reasons. There's always circumstances where there'll be needers. You know, you might have an order that's on a special courier, and that information unfortunately wouldn't be applicable or available within this section. But as I mentioned earlier, a huge amount of requests do come into our customer services teams, and the team internally will utilize your InTouch account to dig out that information for you and send that over to you. So if you can learn to self-serve within this section and obtain that information yourself, then you can save yourself a huge number of business hours, which will obviously hugely benefit your end customers as well for the time you can serve them. So it is worth me pointing out finally some of the training videos that I found on the main menu, services and support, just here, and up to InTouch videos. So there's some bite-sized videos in here which highlight and summarize some of the bits and bobs we've gone through today and much more. So, once you start to utilize InTouch, with every platform online, you do occasionally stumble across some red tape. So, if a member of the team isn't available, if you can't get hold of anyone for whatever reason, and you just like a bit of a helping hand, feel free to dive into this section on InTouch and have a look at some of these videos that are available to you. It is also worth me pointing out that I do run a weekly webinar every Friday at 11 AM, and it's a full overview of InTouch, a full introduction of InTouch. So if you'd like a refresher, if you've got a colleague that you think could benefit from the session, please do get in touch with your account manager or directly with myself, and I can get you signed up to that. We'll send you over the registration link. That's not a problem. But hopefully that was a good use of 30 minutes of your time. I appreciate it can be a bit of a whirlwind ride sometimes when learning new platforms, but hopefully we've covered off some good tools, some good features there that can help you save some time and build efficiencies really within your day-to-day business practice. So that is me really, guys. So many thanks for listening, and hopefully you can take away some key points from that. But yeah, brilliant. I really appreciate everyone's time, and many thanks for listening, and take care. Bye-bye.